What's up, guys? Big Time Bentley here. We are in Orange County, California, Anaheim at Disneyland Park, and I'm here with my dad.
How you doing?
And today we're gonna be playing a little bit of a game here, having a little competition. It's gonna be the official Disneyland Bracket Challenge. So we've ranked the rides, and they're gonna go head to head. And we're gonna score each ride after we ride it. Score of 1 to 10. We're both gonna score it. And then we're gonna take an average of those scores. And based on that score, each ride will either lose or move on to the next round. Hopefully by the end of it, we'll be able to tell which ride is the best here. So we're here on the Indiana Jones ride. Well, we're in line for it. This is a ride. So when I was 5 years old, we came here. And I remember that day pretty well because I was really excited. This ride had just come out. And I was so excited to ride it, but when I got there, I was just a little bit too short, so I wasn't able to go on it. Really disappointing, but I'm tall enough now, so we're riding it. So 3-seat, I'm expecting a pretty strong performance, honestly. We could see something in the 9s, maybe I would say at least the 8s. What do you think of the 3-seat? What kind of a performance do you expect?
Oh, you know, this ride should deliver, there's no doubt. I like what they do before the ride here, kind of whet your appetite for it a little bit.
Yeah, it's good decorations, good pageantry. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're done riding Indiana Jones. And I guess we're gonna give the scores now for the first ride. So we'll let Dad do the first score. What do you think of the first ride? What sort of factors are you looking at and how you scoring that?
Well, let's see, I guess what I would look for is, you know, how did the ride set up? You know, the theme around the ride, whether that provided some sort of escape. I think the length of the line. I also think the ride itself, obviously. So those are the major factors. And I would say, considering those factors, I like Indiana Jones Adventure. This is a ride that came out way after Walt Disney passed away, obviously. He passed away in 1966. Movie didn't come out until what, like 81, 82, somewhere in there. But I think this is a ride he'd be proud of. They did it right. I'm gonna give this a ride, and when I consider all those factors, I'm gonna give it a 7.9.
It's a strong score, 7.9, coming in strong with the first ride. So I really like this ride. It's one of my favorites. You know, comes in at a 3-seat. There's just some really tough competition this year. Oh, no line, essentially. It was about 20 minutes, but it flowed really well. The ride itself is a good dark ride. Lots of theme to it. I'm gonna give Indiana Jones, so score out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 8.4. So 8.4, and you gave it a what?
7.9.
7.9. So that's an average of 8.1, 8.15.
Yeah.
All right, 8.15, a solid score. So let's go to the next ride. So the next ride we're going on is Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm looking for a strong performance here. What do you think?
This ride's solid. Been a solid ride since the early 60s. Been on it 1,000 times, so still though. Good ride. Good ride.
Good ride, and even better analysis there.
Quit your clucking! The gentlemen want the rum! Don't ya, boys?
All right, so we're done with Pirates of the Caribbean. And it was good. Right afterwards, we came over to the French market and got a mint julep. And what else did we get? Mickey Mouse shaped beignets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the dank. So let me give a quick little dank rank of the beignet. Nice and powdery. 7.1.
What about
Mint-
mint julep?
Mint julep, non-alcoholic. Mint julep's getting an 8.7 right now. Okay, so we're done with Pirates of the Caribbean. I thought it was really solid. So for Pirates, I really like the theme of it. I like all the characters, and they still use the original animatronics in there for some of the characters, and they still use the original voices for some of those characters as well. Really good, kind of a sleeper pick. I'm gonna give it 8.6.
Wow, it's pretty high. But
Yeah.
I think I come in with pretty high expectations for that ride. I do love the theme though. Cruising by the restaurant. Not much of a thrill factor on that ride. Yeah, I got a couple little drops there, but nothing real, you know. Got a little bit of splash, So I would say overall, just probably because I've been on it so many times, I'll give it a 6.5. It is one of my favorite rides of all time here though. But maybe if they did something to kind of change it up every once in a while. You know, they do the cosmetics here and there.
Wow, okay, 6.5, so that's quite the disparity.
Yeah.
So I gave it an 8.6, and you gave it a 6.5, so what are we gonna call that, a 7.55? Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, 7.55 for the six seed.
I don't like to do public
Pirates
math,
of the
but that sounds
Caribbean.
about right.
Yeah. I have a fear of public math. I'm over here. I look like I just smuggled some stuff into.
Yeah.
What have I done? It's all part of the beignet experience. All right, what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
Oh, we're here. Might as well do Haunted Mansion.
fairy tale to be down with ease and keep a close watch on.
My ghoul love gave to me a star, a brilliant star, strength that never ends. 12 signs of the zodiac.
I think they like our Christmas.
It's gift-giving time!
Okay, so we finished Haunted Mansion. So, Dad, what'd you think of that?
Well, you know, Haunted Mansion's always been one of my favorites. Haunted Mansion, they kind of changed up the theme a little bit of Jack Skeleton, so it made it a little bit, you know, fresher for me. The line went pretty quick, I would say. Good theme again on that one. That's another classic. Yeah, once we were inside, broke down a couple times. Nothing really too long. Theme was good with the Jack Skeleton. So I'm gonna give that ride a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
It's a strong score. Couple things for me. I don't like the Jack Skellington because I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas. So, you know, keep it OG for me, please. Oh, the line was a little bit long. It didn't move as quickly as I'd like it to. I'm gonna give it a 5.9. So we had a 7.5 and a 5.9. So that's gonna come in at a 6.7 composite. And now we're here on the Sante Fe Train. So the Sante Fe Train's really got a shot here. Let's see what happens. So we're having lunch at a Cajun place. We took the monorail outside of Disneyland and came here. But we have to review the train, Sante Fe Train. What did you think of that?
I liked it. It was good. Wasn't too crowded. Trains were coming pretty regularly, every 10 minutes or so. And enjoyed it. Another ride I've been on a million times, but always enjoy it. Always one of my favorites, believe it or not, under the radar. So overall rank on that, I'm just gonna give it a solid 6.
6, yeah. I like the train. It's good. You know, there's actually a kind of a subtle benefit to it, is being able to get off your feet for a while and rest, and it's very relaxing. I'll probably give it a 7.5.
Pretty well.
So, okay, composite score of 6.75. All right, so we're coming on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. A lot of hype around this ride. A lot of hype. What are you expecting here?
What is this? You know, we'll see. I mean, kind of like a Star Tours type ride is what I think.
Yeah.
Now you hear.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to exceed expectations or fall below the expectations. I got to be honest, my expectations are pretty low. Probably because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but we'll see. A lot of hype, so we'll see how this turns out.
Repulsors and hold on, recruits. More ships. Lord, where are all those TIE fighters coming from?
How did we get there? What is it?
Star destroyers. We can't. We're caught in a tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
Get some friends and make us a fair fight. Don't worry, I'll come back for you.
What did? This is TR-141. We are a civilian vessel. By whose authority are we being detained?
By the authority of the First Order, Resistance scum. Now bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Yes, General.
We will soon snuff out your meager resistance.
All right, we're with the resistance. We're here to get you out of here. Right this way.
With an attack force. Get to the escape pods now. Lieutenant Beck, we need to find them a way.
Your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the turbo lifts at the end of the hallway. Turn right. A probe droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbo lifts and stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners. You're a breach and you're touching Block 3.
Shields. I see no evidence.
Now!
Found the alarm. All personnel to their stations.
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless.
There's nowhere to run.
No escape. You will tell me the location of the secret base, and then I will destroy you and the resistance.
I think it lived up to the hype. I think it was really good. We had to do a virtual queue for it, but we were able to get on there. It was like a 20-minute wait getting on there. That was kind of a drag, honestly. That detracted a little bit from the overall enjoyment of the experience, but the ride itself was really good. I'd probably give it a, there's no joke of a ride. I'm gonna go 9.1.
Wow, that's pretty strong. I'm not going to go that high. I'm a little bit disappointed with the fact that, given the fact that we were restricted by having to do the wait list and the virtual wait, and then I really had the expectation that, given the short window we had to show up for the ride, that we'd get on it immediately.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. The ride itself was great. Good mix of breaking the ride up into different stages. If you haven't been on it, I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but they broke it up into different stages, which I thought was great. If you love Star Wars, you like that whole thing, there's going to be plenty of stormtroopers actually, I'm sorry, that will be interesting. The concept of the ride was well done. And mixed the simulation in with the live action, which I thought was really well done. So overall, and it's a new ride for me, I'll give it an 8.
8.0? Okay. So that comes in at 8.55 total composite, right? 8.55, pretty solid. We'll have to go back and check the archives and see what the scores are right now. So, we just did Space Mountain.
Yeah.
High thrill ride. Tell us what you thought.
It was fast. It was a lot faster than I remember. I think it's the fastest I've ever experienced Space Mountain, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Mine was a little bit longer. So, you know, I'm going to give the ride experience, it's probably the best ride that I've been on so far today. So I'm going to give it overall 8.2. Yeah.
Wow, okay, 8.2. I liked it a lot. I don't think it's the best one I've been on today, but I think it's a really good one. I'm going to give it an 8.4. 8.4. What'd you give it?
I think I give it an 8.2.
You give it an 8.2. Okay, so it's an 8.3 composite.
Yeah.
All right, next ride.
All right.
So we pretty much hacked the system here. We did single rider.
Single riders.
What do you expect?
Pretty much the same thing I've experienced the last 100 times I've been on the ride.
Yeah.
I expect to survive, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I think there's an abominable snowman, and I'm not sure how abominable he is today.
And I'm telling you what.
Is abominable a word?
I was here the first day they discovered that thing back in the 70s.
Dang, that's pretty crazy. Woo. All right, well, let's see how we do. Auf Wiedersehen. Alright, so we just rode Matterhorn, big mountain ride, and it's got snow all over the mountain. Even though there's snow on the mountain, it's actually not that cold. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's fake snow.
It's fake snow, probably.
What did I think of the ride? I like the single ride experience that we did. I thought that worked out. We got on the ride a lot quicker. Probably cut the line in half at least.
Yeah.
The ride itself, it's a physical ride, man.
Physical.
That is a tough. I feel like I just played a couple quarters in the NFL or something almost. But
very physical.
So I mean, it was good, but I was kind of hanging on there for a while. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
it was good. I agree with the physical aspect of the ride. It's rough.
Yeah,
it definitely feels like I wouldn't go on that if you had any sort of injuries or anything like that.
No way.
Or
back
like
problems.
Stiff neck or back. I'd avoid it. I even put on the more sturdy GoPro handling stick. Which I think was clutch on that ride.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah. But
an old standby, an old classic.
Definitely an old classic. I think this was around when Walt was here, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have this in Florida.
No.
This might be the only park they have at Matterhorn yet. I'm sure.
Because this is not a naturally occurring mountain, right?
Actually, I think it is. I might be wrong.
This is naturally occurring. That's why they don't have it in Florida.
That's right.
Okay, so 5.5. I'm gonna give it a. I like it. I'll give it a 6.8. 6.8. So 5.5 to 6.8. I don't know.
6.2 somewhere in there overall.
Yeah, 6.2.
Yeah.
Call it a 6.2.
All right.
Next ride.
All right.
So tell me what you thought of Splash Mountain.
Quick line, that was nice. We got it late in the day, kind of early evening. I like Splash Mountain. I like the whole theme of the ride. It just got ridiculously drenched. I mean, soaked. And I'm still soaked. And it's been about 45 minutes. Got a churro and hot chocolate afterwards.
Did that add to the ride, the churro and the hot
I
tub?
can't count that as part of the ride.
True.
But, so the overall experience on the ride, because I got so soaked, 5.5.
Ooh! Dang, that is a brutal... It's a brutal score for a ride that came in as a heavy favorite. A really heavy favorite. Well, I guess for Splash Mountain, I sort of feel the same way. I feel like, you know, I got really wet. I'm absolutely soaked. You guys saw that. And yeah, it's really a damper because it makes you not really want to do much more. So yeah, I'm gonna have to also come in at the ride itself is really good. I mean, I love it. I like log rides in general, and I like water rides. But I'll probably come in at a 5.9, so 5.7 composite. What did you think of Pinocchio?
Oh, you know, Pinocchio's been going on those rides since I was a kid. I like the Pinocchio one because I love the Pinocchio story, which someday I want to read, you know, in length, the full story. The ride itself, can't really give those rides much. They're over so quick. I'll give it a 5.
5? 5.0?
5.0. I think the line was a bit long for you know, line was probably 10 times longer than the actual ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the line might have been better than the ride. I don't know. I think there's not much to the ride, Pinocchio. It's sort of slow, and it kind of just takes you through a bunch of different pictures. So yeah, I think I'll probably give it a 4. So composites 4.0, composite score 4.5. I don't think anyone thought Pinocchio really had a chance of taking this. But yeah, we're gonna do the Tiki Room now. So let's see how that is.
My siestas are getting shorter and shorter. All the birds sing words and the flowers grow. Hua 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 hey oh hey na api oh tunga 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 tunga. You heard the flowers sing.
Tiki Room?
Yeah. So go ahead and tell me what you thought of the Tiki Room.
Well, I love the Tiki Room. I've always loved the Tiki Room. I like the objects outside the Tiki Room that tell you about the different Polynesian gods and goddesses. Sort of a hidden aspect of the ride. Ride itself, or attraction itself, a little bit stale at this point, to be quite honest with you. Never changes. I give it a 5, just based on sentimental value, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and rank the Tiki Room with its nice decorations. I like the music. I like how it's a relaxing sort of atmosphere. I've fallen asleep many times in that Tiki Room. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 for a composite score of 5.25. And that's it. So we got to take a look at the bracket and see who won. And yeah,